Welcome back, folks. It is Jafer, and today we're going to take a look at a brand new keyboard from ASUS ROG. It is the Falchion. It is a wireless 65% keyboard that really caught my eye when it was announced last year, and only up until recently we saw a US release. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if it's worth your dollar. Retailing at $149.99, the ASUS ROG Falchion is ASUS's first 65% offering, as this size is growing to be the most common and sought after in the casual, hardcore gaming, or enthusiast market. It's built on a black plastic case covered by a space gray aluminum plate, weighing in at 525 grams. It sits on 4 rubberized feet, with one additional angle to work with flip outs. And of course, if you're unfamiliar with a smaller footprint of a keyboard, keep in mind that you have full access to everything as if this were an actual full-size keyboard. You simply hold down the function key and then you hit your appropriate key that you need to. Say if you need to be F3, you're gonna see the F3 legend and you click that. One of the coolest features of the ASUS ROG Falchion is going to be that it is wireless in a 65% footprint, which is not really that common. Now, with the Falchion being wireless, I did not experience any issues whatsoever running on that 2.4 gigahertz signal. There is no Bluetooth, which I'm actually thankful for, as Bluetooth is still a little spotty in this day and age. And with this coming with a USB-C connection, you can plug in your favorite custom keyboard cable or just simply use it for charging purposes. With running into no lag or input issues and using this with a wireless headset and a wireless mouse all at the same time, I really did not have any concerns with this at all going into the next round of Valorant. Now, they do state that it does last right around 450 hours without the RGB running. I didn't test that, but I will say that I did run this for about a week and a half on just normal RGB brightness settings, and it only went down to half the battery over a week's time, which is really impressive. Sitting on the left side is this panel that will allow you to adjust the volume by simply sliding your finger up and down. If you don't need to control your volume with the keyboard, that's not a problem if you're running your own DAC or what have you, and you can actually set this up within the software to be used for macros, shortcuts for apps, tools, etc. It allows up to 5 additional functions on the keyboard, and this is really my favorite feature of this board, as it's really sleek and minimal, and it offers much more than simply just a gimmick, as it's a feature that I've really just grown accustomed to using. And I had plugged in my Streak 65 to compare, and my muscle memory just went right to the left side to adjust the volume. So I quickly got used to this feature, and I would love to see it on more boards in the future. The keycaps are hit or miss with me. As a gaming focused keyboard, I love that ASUS has installed their own double shot PBT keycaps, so you don't have to worry about having to upgrade the keycaps, as they are durable and they won't shine over time, and there is absolutely zero flexing. The issue I have with these though is going to be the shine through, as the legends are pretty inconsistent. You can see the D and delete, how it looks really warped, and then there's also the 8, it doesn't have consistent shine through, and overall it just feels like these just kind of have some poor quality control, and we definitely don't want to see anything that's going to have inconsistencies like this. While it won't impact your gameplay, it's definitely something that is doable, as Razer releases their own PBT keycap set for $29.99, and those come out flawless. The font on these though are going to be very gamer centric, as with all of the ROG product line. It does have the white painted on legends for when you need to hold down the function key and go into another layer of keys. Not only am I disappointed with the keycaps themselves, but also the layout that they chose with this. I love 65% boards, but unfortunately this is a non-standard bottom row, so you're not going to be able to just pull your favorite keycap set out from your drawer and install it onto here. You're going to have to unfortunately wait and see if ASUS comes out with other colorways that you can order a keycap set with, and that goes the same for the right shift as well as that enter key. They're just not commonly found on other 65% boards or just your standard keycap set. So that just further causes confusion, as Razer and Corsair, they used to have a non-bottom row, but they've done away with that for, I want to say, almost 2 years now. The stabilizers used on the Falchion is not something that you're commonly going to find in other keyboards, as they are plate mounted, but they're in a rather unique mechanism, as there's additional components to these stabilizers, and they kind of clip right into the plate. There is a little bit of lube in them, but all in all, they are extremely rattly given that design choice that ASUS decided to go with. And it's unfortunate that even if you wanted to crack this open and change the stabilizers to something more common, you definitely do not have this option with just how strange these are. And so if something were to happen with them not being standard, if they were to break or fail on you, you can't just go to any website that carries keyboard components and get it replaced. You're gonna have to RMA it with ASUS. And that's just something that just adds more inconvenience to the customer for having such a weird design choice. You do have the option to run with various different Cherry MX switches. These are official Cherries, no clones or anything like that. Nothing in-house by ASUS. My copy ended up being the red linears, which is all too common in the keyboard space with that 45 gram force. And while they're generally smooth, these ones in particular definitely felt very scratchy. But unfortunately, with this being a production board, you don't have the option to simply just go ahead, open up the switches and lube them properly. The nice thing though is that the top housing is going to be that transparent variant, so at least they did include the proper RGB models. That way you'll get the full RGB effect on your gaming keyboard. Now, with the Falchion being a low profile keyboard, the really cool thing that ASUS did is they provided not only a cover for your keyboard to prevent from any dust or debris building up while it's sitting stationary, but you can actually flip it over. There's a lot of grippy rubber that's installed at the base with the ROG logo, and you can actually use this and replace it as a high profile substitute basically. So it'll actually allow you to have the light diffuse through the plastic a little bit and that polycarbonate shell, and it does have all the proper cutouts still, so that way you can get to the touch panel as well as all of the power I/O on the back. So this video probably came off like I was really hammering down on this keyboard, and trust me, I really wanted to like it. Ever since I saw the announcement last year and it won a bunch of awards, I was really excited for it, but then it got me thinking, why was there such a silent treatment from ASUS? And unfortunately, with it coming out and finally getting my hands on it, I can kind of see why. Once you get past that touch panel and the really, well, not so much innovative, but just a really cool shell for doubling as a high profile case or a cover, it lacks a lot of just basic necessities that we're looking for in a keyboard, no matter what type of gamer you are, as that layout is really going to bottleneck you only to ASUS ROG products, if they even plan on coming out with more keycaps. And at the end of the day, I just feel that with the market being saturated more and more with options out there, I would not buy this at regular price. At least wait until it's at a lower cost. But that's just me. Let me know in the comments what you think. And until next time, I am Jafer. I appreciate you watching the content. If you did like it, please hit that subscription button or at least throw a like on the video. Until next time, stay safe.